Good evening, students, chess teachers, parents. In the lesson 29, we are going to study the rook against the four pawns. So again, let's test your knowledge. The question is, can white win this game, black win this game, or the game is a draw? Of course, pawns, they move this way, right? So rook against four pawns that are not quite advanced, the game is a draw, especially because the white king is in front of the pawns. But you have to be very careful in a position like this, so we have to learn how to make a draw, right? Uh, we'll have to keep the king, like white king, in front of the pawns, but the rook will have to go all the way to h8 and make checks and control the pawns so that they don't move forward, right? So let's see. Let's say a5, rook h8, a4, right? Rook b8 check. And look at this move, rook c8, right? So you keep a control of those pawns, and then you can play king c2. So now the king cannot move because this pawn is attacked, right? So the question is, can pawn do something, right? But look at this. You can play king d3, and can those two pawns become a queen, right? Let's see, right? Rook goes from behind. This is the main strategy. Keep the rook from behind, right? Do not go with a rook like here. Let's say rook b1, rook a1. That's not going to work. Even the rook from the side is not going to work. So this is really the most important that we are learning here. Rook from behind, and now let's see, the white king is kind of blocking those two pawns, and the rook is controlling those two, right? So what happens here is, let's say c5. That would be the best way for black to play. Black can make a draw. Look, I'll show you another line where black has to be very careful. Like, for instance, if you push the pawn forward. But let's see how can black make a draw. Look, you have to now push this pawn to make a draw. And here you can play b3, and you're of course fortunate here that the white king is not in promotional space. So now the king goes forward, and the game is going to be a draw here, right? With the next move, king to c2, and you take b1 queen, right? But look how dangerous this position is. If you would play a move like let's say here, b3, right? You remember we talked about the pawns being on third rank. Why do they win? But well, look at this move. Now we're gonna do this piece is attacked, right? And rook again goes from behind. So, well, check. And after this move, you're losing the pawn. So now the next move, checkmate. You have to play check, right? But here, and if you play check again, um, the white simply can take the pawn, and when you play this move, king goes to c2, and everything is blocked. The next move is checkmate, right? We're taking the pawn. So you see how dangerous that position for black is, right? Black has to be very careful and really has to make a draw. So let's make a conclusion here, right? What did we learn from this position? Rook against four pawns. This position is draw for several reasons. The white king is in front of the pawns, right? White king is controlling promotional spaces, right? So that's very important. The second important is that black pawns are not very advanced, right? Imagine if the black pawns would be here, then forget about it. The pawns would be winning, right? And the third, the most important strategy is, what do you do with the rook? Do not keep your rook like play something like that, right? Or don't go from the side. That's not going to help you. What helps is bringing the rook from behind and checking, then controlling those pawns. Look, you keep a control over them like this, like here. So the rook is making sure that those pawns don't become a queen, and the king stops the two other pawns. And that's what we've learned from this position. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the position number 2, rook against 4 pawns. Bye bye.